ಹಾಯ್ ಗೈಸ್, SLC ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತು 2021-22 ಒಂದು ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಅವಶ್ಯಕವಾಗುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇದು. ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನೋಟ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾನು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಲೆಸನ್ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಒಟ್ಟು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ 108 ಪೇಜಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ಕೊನೆವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು CET ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಅವಶ್ಯಕವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ. History, first unit. Answer the following questions in a word sentence each. Which place was called the gateway of European trade? Answer is Constantinople city. Which country had established its trade monopoly over European countries? Answer is Italy. Third question. Which countries of Europe tried to overcome Italian monopoly over trade? Answer is Spain and Portugal. Question number 4. Who were the first Europeans to invent to last live India? Portuguese. Fifth one. Who discovered sea route to India? Vasco da Gama in 1498. Who was the first viceroy of Portuguese in India? Francisco de Almeida. Next one. Who gave the East India Company charter to trade with India and when? Queen Elizabeth in 1600. Okay, and long answers, 2 marks questions, 1 marks questions, all types questions are there in this video. Please don't skip in this video. Okay, next, so question number 8. Who was the viceroy of James I to visit the court of Jahangir? Sir Thomas Roy. Name the Mughal ruler who gave permission to British to trade in India? Jahangir. Which was the first headquarters of English in India? Kolkata. Answer is Kolkata. Name the forts established by the British at Madras and Calcutta. Fort Garage and Fort Williams. When did the French East India Company set up in India? 1664. Who was the real founder of Portuguese power in India? Alfonso de Albuquerque. Next question is, when did the French set up their first trading center in India? Surat. Next one, 15. Question number 15. Which was the first headquarters of French in India? Pondicherry. So, next question. Who was the Duplex? He is a French Governor General. By which treaty the first Carnatic War ended? AX La Chapelle. Okay. Next, 18. Question number. Who gave East India Company Diwani rights over Bengal? Shah Alam II. Who introduced the government in Bengal province? Robert Clive. By which treaty the third Carnatic War ended? Treaty of Paris. Who captured Goa from the Sultan of Bijapur? Portuguese. Okay, next, answer the following questions at 2-3 sentence each. Okay, this is in this first chapter only. Most important some questions are there. Okay, you can see now. First question is, which commodities of India had greater demand in European market? Paper, cardamom, ginger. How was the trade between India and Europe carried during Middle Age? First one point, Arab merchants carried the Asian merchandise into Constantinople. Next one, what made the Europeans to discover sea route to India? Fall and Constantinople, closer up trade route between India and Europe, and next demand for Indian spices and scientific inventions. Fourth one, list out the European who came to India for the purpose of trade. First one is the Portuguese and Dutch and the English, the French. List out the trading centers of Dutch in India: Surat, Broch and Kambe, Cochin and Nagpatna. Okay, Slipatnam and Chensu. Sixth one, what are Dastaks who issued Dastaks to British? License of trade issued to British, issued by the Mughal ruler Farooq Shira. Next, seventh. What was the course of First Carnatic War? French invaded Madras to capture it. British were helpless and requested the Anruddin and Anwaruddin sent army against French. La Bourbonnais took money from the English and returned Madras. Dupleix attempted to take Madras but failed, and war ended with Aix-la-Chapelle trade. Next one, question number 8. Write note on Second Carnatic War. For between French and English, internal railway among Indian rulers in cause of the war. French killed kept ruler and made Chand Sahib as its ruler. Robert Clive attacked Ercourt, killed and Chand Sahib. British made Muhammad Ali as the Nawab of Ercourt, and war ended with the Treaty of Pondicherry. Next, 9 1. Mention the French trading centers in India: Machilipatna, Chandranagar, Mahe, and Karaikallu, Kosimbaraja, Bajar, to Balsur. Who fought the Battle of Buxar and when? Sirajuddaulah and Robert Clive in 1757. What were the causes of Battle of Plassey? Dastaks and mending of the fort without permission, Blackroom tragedy. What is Diwani right? Who gave this right to collect land tax? It was given by Shah Allah to explain the government. It was introduced by Robert Clive. It was the system in which the British and right to collect land taxes and the Nawab looked after administration like justice. And next, in first chapter only, some questions are important are there in 6 sentences only. Write about the third Carnatic War. Point, okay. First point is for between French English. Comte de Lalium French attempted to besiege in divorce in 1760. Sir Court of the English defeated the French. Escaped and hid to Pondicherry. Court attacked to Pondicherry. Lily surrendered in 1761. What were the effects of Battle of Plassey? Sirajuddaulah was defeated and killed. Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal. Mir Jafar gave the Jagir of 24 Ganas. Company gained rights to do Bengal. Mir Jafar had to pay rupees 17 crores and 70 lakhs War brought out the immorality, and war brought out the lack of unity among the Indians. What were the effects of Battle of Buxar? Combined force were defeated by the British. British secured Diwani rights. The Nawab of Awadh gave 26 lakhs to British. British took over the entire administration of Bengal. Robert Clive introduced the whole government in Bengal. Invited to expansion of British Empire. Answer the following questions in word sentence each. First question is who brought the subsidiary alliance system? Lord Wellesley. Who introduced doctrine of lapse and Lord Dawlas? And who made Madhava Rao II as the Peshwa of Maratha kingdom? Nana Padnamis. Who took the support of British to become the Peshwa of Marathas? Raghunath Rao. Who was the first to accept the subsidiary alliance and alliance system? Nizam of Hyderabad. Who accepted the CN Bajirao? Why did Bajirao II accept the alliance system? Holkar defeated the army and secured India. Why did Lord Wellesley to his past Wellesley a battle of um, after whose death there was a political anarchy in Punjab kingdom, Ranjit Singh, between whom the treaty of signed Ranjit Singh and British, who revolted against the British during Second Anglo-Sikh War, and Chattar Singh Ariwala in Lahore, and by which treaty the first Anglo-Sikh War Lahore Treaty. Who is the called the Lion of Punjab? Ranjit Singh. Answer the following questions in 2-3 sentences. Which are the expense policies adopted by British in expand their empire? Subsidiary and a alliance system and doctrine of lapse. Name the states who accepted subsidiary alliance system: Hyderabad, Mysore, and Awadh, the Maratha, Pune, and Virar Gwalior. Explain the cases of the first Anglo-Maratha War. After the death of Peshwa Madhava Rao, his brother Narayan Rao came to power. Narayan Rao was murdered by his uncle. Which were the kingdoms annexed by the Alhouses imposing doctrine of beliefs? Tar, Nagpur, and Sampur, Udaipur, and Jhansi, Jaipur. How did the doctrine of beliefs help the British to expand their empire? Doctrine of beliefs was an expansionist policy, and was declared adopted children of Indian kings had no right to throne. And Dalhousie successfully annexed many kingdoms. Dalhousie annexed Satar, Nagpur, and Samlapur and Udaipur. Next note. What are the conditions of subsidiary and alliance systems? Okay, total 7 points are there. Okay, next, impact of British rule. Impact of British rule. Who brought civil service in administration? Lord Cornwallis. Who introduced permanent Jamindar system? Lord Cornwallis. And who was the first Governor General of British India? Warren Hastings. Who implemented efficient police system in India? Lord Cornwallis. Who created the posting of Superintendent Police in Lord Cornwallis? Which committee recommended recognizing the military system? Peel Committee. Where, where and when was the permanent zamindari system introduced? In Bengal and Bihar in 1793? Who introduced Mahalwari system? R.M. Bird and James Thomas. And who implemented rotary system? Alexander Reed 1892, Thomas Monroe in 1801. Who facilitated the expansion of the modern education in India? Warren Hastings. Who started Sanskrit College in Banaras? Jonathan Dakkan. Which report laid foundation for modern education system in India? Hmm. His report. Okay. Answer the following question to three sentences each. Which are the universities established as per the terms of Charles Woods and Dispatch? Calcutta University, Bombay University, Madras University. What is meant by Mahalwari system? Explain. Mahal means taluk, introduced by R.M. then James Thompson and implemented at Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, Punjab and Delhi. Company officials fixed more land tax than they expected. Zamindars had to lose their ownership of the lands. Zamindars and farmers suffered. Which are the constitutional acts introduced during East India Rule? Regulating Act 1773, Pitt's India Act 1784, Charter Act 1813, Charter Act 1833. Okay, next. Which are the constitutional acts introduced under British Crown? Indian Government Act 1858, Indian Councils Act 1861, Indian Councils Act 1992, Indian Councils Act 1999, Indian Councils Act 1919, Indian Government Act 1935. Next question. Which were the two types of courts established by Warren Hastings? A Diwani adult civil court, a Fauzdari adult and criminal court. What are the misuse misuse undertaken at the time of British in police system? Created the post of Superintendent of Police, divided a district into many stations. Every station under a Kotwal, and Kotwal was made accountable of some crimes, and he put every village under the care of Chowkidar. What are the features of rotary system implemented in Baramahal region? Introduced Alexander Reed in 1792, and the farmer and the company were directly linked, and farmer the owner of the land, owner had to pay 50% of produce as land tax at 30 years and then. What were the provisions of Fit East India Act of 1784? Board of Controllers with 6 commissioners was started. Board had powers to direct and control the issues related to land, military, and what were the provisions of Morley reforms of 1909? Number of Central Legislative Council was increased from 16 to 60. The number of regional council members was also increased. Separate appellate college was created. What are the issues and undertaken by the British in military system? British appointed the Indians for the military. Indians were given the rank of Subedar. Most of the Indians were dear soldiers, and field committee recommendations were adopted in 1857. Next one, answer the following questions in six sentences. Third, start the judicial system and formulated and through East India Company. Two types of courts were established. Diwani adult, a civil court, Fauzdari adult criminal court. Hindus were justices for the Hindus. Muslims were dispensed justices for the Suraj Shariat. Slowly, the British legal and procedures were introduced. Civil courts were supervised and European officers. Criminal courts were supervised by Quasis. What were the effects of revenue system of British? A new class of zamindars created. Farmers were subjected to the explosion and farmers became landless. Land became a commodity. Agriculture sector became income. So money leaders became strong. What were the impacts? Modern English education, universities were established, schools, colleges started, and local literature and languages development. Okay, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. First point, Lord Cornwallis introduced it in Bengal and Bihar regions. Jamindars became the landowner. Jamindars were expected to pay the agreed land taxes. Jamindars were highly benefited and farmers suffered. A lot system was extended to Bihar, Odisha, Andhra and Varanasi regions. What were the terms of provisions of regulating act? The Governor of Bengal became the Governor General. Supreme Court was established in Calcutta. Bengal Presidency gained control over the Madras Bombay Presidents. Governor General was authorized. What were the terms of provisions of Character Act 1833? The Governor General of Bengal was named as the Governor General India. Act bare discretion and religion, birth of skin color. All British champions were allowed to have trade relationship in India. The Governor General was vested powers to direct control and supervise trades in India. Okay, what were the terms and provisions of government? Yeah, 1858. Point. The license of East India Company was cancelled. India was brought under the direct administration of the Queen. The Governor General was designated as Viceroy. A new post called Secretary of State for India was created. A Council of India was created in order to secretary. What were the terms of provisions of Government India Act 1990? Act formulated by legislative body. Okay, most important points. Next, Nodana. What were the terms of provisions of Government India Act 1935? Reserve Bank of India was established. Okay, next. Nodi. Next, DRG was cancelled at the original level. Okay, the federal courts have established the Dominion states of formed ಇವೆಲ್ಲ most important ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಡೆಫಿನೇಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ Rautri Zamindari system. Rautri system Zamindari system introduced by Alexander and introduced in Bengal and Bihar regions. Tiller was the land owner. Farmers were exploited. State revenue directly introduced by Cornwallis, implemented in Burma region. Zamindar Paddhati owner and Zamindars become strong. Zamindars collected revenue. Next, opposition of British rule in Karnataka. Okay, and this is fourth unit. First question is 18th century in India is considered as the century of political problems. Why? The death of Aurangzeb in 1707, which incident created these political challenges in Mysore state. The death of Chikkadevaraja Wadiyar in 1704, by which the first Anglo-Mysore war ended. Treaty of Madras 1769, by which the second Anglo-Mysore war ended. Team Mangalore, which Anglo-Mysore ended with Srirangapatna, Third Anglo-Mysore War. What is the name of adopted son of Kittur Rani Chennamma? Shivalingappa, who was the brave warrior of Kittur, who fought against British along with Chennamma Sangoli Rayana. Which type of the N was the Surya rebellion, Message rebellion, who presented himself as Swami from Poor Kalyan Swami in Kodagu religion put by Pasappa. Vella 1 marks questions. Next to 2 marks 2 marks questions. Okay, Nodana. How did Hyder Ali come to power? Hyder joined Mysore army as a soldier, closely observed the developments of Mysore, came into prominence during the Diwan Hali. Hyder made military action against Nizam Could the hearts of soldiers. The power of he declared himself as Sultan of Mysore, sidelined to King Krishnaraj Wadiyar. Explain about First Anglo-Mysore War.